Hey family, what's going on? Klaus here, and welcome back to Rome Total War. Where guys, we started it off last time with 2 cities. We took over a third, Apollonia, and turned it nice and Roman. And this is a good thing because now it looks very different than how it looked when we attacked it. So if I actually go in and click the settlement details right under my head, okay? Right under my head, there's a little, and you know what? I'll get rid of my head so you can see. This button here, you can actually go in and look at the city. Hello, I'm back. And we're actually going to take a look at what the city looks like now that we have taken it over. Now, if you saw episode 1, or part 1, then you'll also notice some big flippin' changes. Yeah, so this is Apollonia, now that we have taken it over, and it's been about a year, and there's been some massive building projects taken up, and it is just awesome. So here's the governor's house. We did build this. Looks good, looks great, and I'm very impressed actually by the sheer ingenuity, I guess, of the Apollonians, the fact that they're able to build all of this in such a short amount of time. But notice that the background, if you look over here, this is where our boats came from before. There is the port of Tarentum in Italy. That way is the mountains going toward Greece. I mean, it memorizes the way everything looks, and I think that that is a huge part of what connects the overworld, the world map, from the little map that we're seeing here. It is just beautiful. It's awesome. It really is very cool. So I'm going to return to the campaign map now, and we will check out what else we have going on. So of course Apollonia is very largely unguarded. I've got 34 flippin' Hastati in Apollonia with Amulius Brutus, but we do have eyes on the Greeks. I would like to get eyes maybe on the Macedonians over here too, just to make sure that no one's gonna march over here and declare war on me, because I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. Meanwhile, I actually have the big hero, Aulus Brutus. He's a factionaire, confident commander, he's a politician, he's a tub thumper, which apparently makes him popular with the people and gives him more influence, and a skilled bureaucrat. He's walking around with a quartermaster, which is really great because it gives him more movement points, which means he's able to go further, and he gets a 2% bonus to cash gained from looting. So this is the guy you want taking over the enemy, even though he only has 1 command star, but that doesn't really matter if you're doing physical battles, you know, by yourself and not auto-resolving. So he's on his way to Salona, and we were able to see this with our spy last time, that they've got a militia hoplites or something, Cilician pirates, and then 2 units of Illyrian mercenaries in that city. So we're definitely going to be taking it today. Ooh, okay, so the unit of Equite actually need to make their way. Ooh, and also, oh, I thought that these were the rebels that we were dealing with over here. This is a very large army of rebels. We talked about that last episode. We're gonna have to get rid of it somehow. But let's move this group of Equite across the map here and get set up, because basically what we're going to be doing, and I told you I would explain this in today's episode, so I'm going to be following around my allies, put that in quotes, allies, with a group of Equite, and basically what I'm going to be doing is watching their attacks, because here's the thing, in the grand scheme of things, this is how it goes. The Julii, the red team, they take over the north and the west, you know, modern day Germany, modern day France. They end up, you know, somewhere in Spain. They probably end up with the UK, and they may even expand out to the east, and hopefully we're able to take that city to where they can't come in and take this coastline. That is where they end up, and they can be very powerful. They also usually end up with this city, although I don't remember the name of it, don't know why, but that's usually where they end up. The Scipio, however, the other friends, the ally, they end up heading south, and they end up taking northern Africa, and they may take the Numidian lands and end up in Spain, and then of course they may also make their way across to Egypt, and it's this big epic thing. And then of course the Bruttii, they take over Egypt, and they come over to Asia Minor, and then they end up in Israel, or modern day Israel, and then finally in Egypt. And then there's like this bunch of different lines where the Bruttii, me, end up bordering 2 very powerful factions. Now, that sounds fine. They're our allies. They're other Romans. Well, this is where this comes into play. All right, and if you go in, you can actually look and see how the Senate feels about everybody. If you really care about how they feel and you don't want to declare war because you don't want to tick them off or whatever, but what's most important is the Senate floor. So as of right now, all of us are equally accepted in the Senate. And actually, I'm the least popular with the people. Don't worry, that'll change. But eventually, I love that. The plebeians hate you. More than that, the plebeians hate all of your friends and their pets, slaves, and hangers-on. That's how unpopular you are. Oh, that's terrible. So eventually, I'm going to be the conqueror of the known world, okay? Much quicker than my allies. And so I will eventually become too popular. Like at first, the Senate, they're like, yay, you're doing good. You're taking over Apollonia, and you may take up Salona, and you may destroy the Greeks and stuff, and the Senate are real happy with you. But eventually, you get so powerful that the Senate gets jealous, and that is whenever things go wrong. They will eventually ask you to send your leader on a suicide mission, and of course if you don't, then there will be a civil war, and the red team, the Julii, and the Scipio, the blue team, turn against you. So the game's kind of split up into 3 different parts. Part 1, the mini campaign, take over the Greeks. Part 2, spread over and then take over the Greeks. And then part 3, which is supposed to be the grand epic battle at the end, is to take on and defeat the other allies of the Romans, the Julii and the Scipio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not only destroy the known world, but I'm also going to destroy my allies eventually, because I'm forced to. But, and this is important, the game wants this to happen. So whenever they go in, they attack a city, the game cheats. Now, I can't prove it, but I've seen a lot of other YouTubers say this, and I believe them because they're well known. And so essentially what we're going to be doing is, instead of allowing the game to auto-resolve, which, like I was saying, whenever we took over Apollonia, if you auto-resolve, you generally take more losses. So if the Scipio or the Julii auto-resolve a battle on a city, they're much more likely to take that city. But if the unit of Equite just happen to be standing there, then we choose what happens, and we choose to do the battle on the battle map. And then that ability to cheat the system goes away. And that's what we want. We want to help the Julii and the Scipio to not take over cities. We want them to be weaker so that when there is a civil war, we don't have that much of a problem. It becomes so overwhelming that I'm powerful and they are not, that civil war literally can last only a few turns. That's the goal. That's the goal. Keep the game from cheating, because of course they want the Scipio and the Julii to do really, really well. So they take over cities that they should definitely not be able to take over. So I got a unit of Equites right here, and they're on their way here to watch the Scipio. And then I've got these here. Where are they at? There they are. These Equite are on their way here to watch the Julii. And actually, you know what? We should probably move. Yes, we should probably move this diplomat up here as well to kind of tag along. So there you go. That's the explanation for all of that. Now I need to do some building. So actually we have a port that finally finished building in Croton. So now let's have a look at the trade. So the trade is actually, it's actually going up next turn. That's interesting. But if we were to say, let me think. What if we built, because we need to get some population boom going right here. So if you actually build farms or communal farming, then you actually increase your population growth a little bit, and you get extra trade income, 612 to 688. It's a good harvest this season. This does change from year to year, so that's pretty cool. Or again, if we put the roads in, we gain a little bit of trade income. So trade really isn't increasing all that fast here, which is, it's a shame, but it is what it is. So I think that this turn, we ought to build a shrine to Juno. And this is also one of the reasons why the Brutii are actually a better faction than the others, because they have the best selection of religion. Yes, so the shrine to Juno ultimately will give you advanced growth in population, and population really is how you win this game. Population and money. So Juno actually gives you a public order bonus due to happiness, and then public health. So if I choose to build this, then check it out. The public health population goes up by 0.5%. Public order goes up by actually 10%, because you got health advance of 5%, and buildings and entertainment, fun, culture, blah, 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 another 5%. So Juno is an amazing temple to build. But let's say you're in like a city like Tarentum, right? Tarentum is going to be a major trade city. So what if you built Mercury? Mercury gives you a public order increase of 5%, but an increase in tradable goods. So you can actually see that trade will increase a bit, and it has a lot of potential, because the more trade you get, the more more trade you get from the Temple of Mercury. And as you upgrade the shrine, then you get a temple, and then you get all this stuff, and it gets even better. And then lastly, let's say you're in a military city like Sparta, for instance, and then you end up building the temple to Mars, the god of war, and then you end up with just the ability as you increase the, actually I can show you this here. I can actually show you this here. Check this out. So the awesome Temple of Mars, and then you get the Pantheon. So if you actually end up with a Pantheon, I think you only have one of these in the world. I might be wrong on that, so let's just look at the awesome Temple of Mars. So if you have an awesome Temple of Mars, public order bonus 20%, but also you get a +3 experience bonus to the troops that are trained in that city. So if you have like a real central war city, then this, you want a shrine to Mars, ultimately, and then it'll become worth it. So we didn't really talk about experience. So if you look over here, you see that Vibius Brutus has actually a chevron, a 1 bronze chevron. You can have up to 9 different levels of experience, going from bronze to silver to gold. If you have 3 chevron of gold, that means you've maxed out your experience. Now, every single time you get an experience point, it actually improves. Let me see if I can actually pull him. Actually, I want to look at here. I'm just going to look at his instead. So every time you have another experience point, it gains +1 to attack, charge, total defense, etc., etc. It is absolutely worth it to get experienced troops because they just get better and better. And so having a shrine to Mars in a war city like Sparta, or wherever it is that you're going to be training the majority of your troops, you want to have that shrine to Mars. So in Croton, we need to build a shrine to I don't know, probably Juno, okay? Because Juno will give us a large population boom, and since it's not a huge training settlement for, I'm sorry, not a big trade settlement, then we should probably hold off, and we're going to build Mercury in Tarentum. Again, Mercury is the one that's going to give us better trade, but we're going to hold off on that just for now. I think the trade income, we can crank up the trade a little bit in Croton now. And then Apollonia also can be bumped up to a very high tax rate. By the way, we just built Wooden Palisade, and all of a sudden people are happier. Check it out. Public order. And this actually shows you, it breaks it down for you exactly why people are happy. So like Governor's Influence, they like Amulius Brutus. Somehow, he came in and conquered them, but they still like him. And then the garrison. 70% of the happiness in this city is based on the garrison, the amount of troops in the city. Now, fortunately for us, we don't have that many troops in the city, so that's not a big deal. We can recreate that if we need to, if there's a problem. Put 1 more unit of troops in there and you're good to go. But that just shows you that if I were to pull all of my troops out right now, then we would definitely be in the black and it would be bad. So, I think that pretty much explains everything. I'm going to now build roads. Actually, you know what? Let's build, let me see. Trade income from the harvest isn't really that much if I build roads. It doesn't change anything just yet either. Shouldn't it actually, wait a minute.
Your Honor, I shall speak with them at once.
I have trade rights. Okay, I was gonna double check. We have trade rights with the Greeks, but for some reason I've got no trade income from building the roads. But building the roads is good. I mean, it's gonna help things move along very nicely here in Apollonia. So let's just keep that just like that. We got everything built up the way we want it to. I kind of feel like I might want a diplomat down here. I probably should have sent a diplomat in with this, but that's fine. I don't really care. I've already talked to the Greeks. The Carthaginians get just dogpiled eventually, so no problem with that either. We have the units heading up. It looks like this turn is actually good to go. One more question. Okay, so 3% of 4,548 is actually, well, 10% would be 450, so 3% would be about 100 and something. But I think we need to shift some population around. So again, we've talked about this. The population decreases if you train units because it's physically pulling the population out of the city. So I'm going to train this unit of peasants in Tarentum, and then I'm going to move this population over to Apollonia. And actually, you know what? I should have probably split the navy up a little bit so I could send this unit over, but that's okay. I can go ahead and train it up now. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to train up this unit of peasants, 240 soldiers, and we're going to shift them over to Apollonia. Once they're there, well, I'll show you guys what we're going to do once we're there. So I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and in the turn, you can tell there's stuff being built and things being trained by those little symbols right there. Happy. Population's increasing. That's good. We're actually training units there and we're building stuff, and that is the case in all 3 cities. And haha, yes. So next time Aulus Brutus actually gets to take on Salona. That is exciting. All right, so taking a look at what's going on here, looks like nothing is going on with... Ooh, okay, so this is the first time seeing this. So apparently, Paulina is a daughter in the Empire, and she has decided that she really likes this guy, Lentulus Scaevola. He's 25, she is... I can actually go in and look and see how old she is. She is 13. Okay, well, as is typical Roman custom, I think they started marrying off their daughters a bit earlier than we do now. They didn't live as long, okay? Things were different back then. It seems weird to us, but that's actually how it was. So Paulina, a 13-year-old, is trying to be betrothed to this 25-year-old. But here's the thing, okay? That would be okay, I guess, but here's the problem. He has literally no traits. He is literally the most boring man in the world. If you say no, she'll find somebody else soon, and he'll probably be better than nothing. This is not good. So I'm going to say, nope, you can't marry my daughter or whatever, however my relation is to her. Intern report, looks like we were positive, we built some stuff, we trained some things. That is good. So now let's actually pop over to here. Looks like the Scipio are not quite to the point where they're dropping off troops on people's doorsteps yet, so that's good. And here we go. This unit of Equite is here to help my allies. So let's just leave them right there next to Masana. All right, and Captain Flavius is ready to go. So now let's send the fleet back. And I want this unit of peasants to be ready here at the port to be shifted over to Apollonia. And once again, I'll show you exactly why here in the next turn. So, ooh, and actually look at that, Quintus, oh, look at that, actually, Quintus, oh, thank you, Quintus Julius, you're the best. I can't see anything about him, he's only 30, he's probably one of the sons of the original Julii leaders, but he came over and handled the rebel problem for me, so thank you very much. I was gonna get to that eventually, but you just saved me the trouble. Sweet, so now let's actually take the other Equite to watch the Gauls, okay? We need to watch the Gauls. Eventually, there will be war between the Julii and the Gauls, and if the Julii try to take over a city, I will be there to help them. I think I've made that very clear about how that's going to work. Very good. Okay, and then we've also got a diplomat. The diplomat can go ahead and make his way up. I want to have a chat with somebody from the Gaul nations, update the map information, figure out what's going on with them. All right, let's get the good old spy up here, and it looks like I do now have eyes on Segestica, and it looks like it's a small town. It's got 3 units of Illyrian mercenaries. Okay, well, we should be able to handle that. No problem at all. Let's see if we have any mercenaries. We have no more. I love the mercenary hoplites, so I just wanted to see if there are more of them. I don't think I need more troops, but you know what? Since I'm doing well with money, I'm going to go ahead and buy the Illyrians just to be safe. So, let's go ahead and put this under siege. Aulus Brutus will be taking Salona on in just a moment. Okay, so that siege is being maintained. Let's see if there's any other buildings that need to be built. Actually, wow, every single city now needs more buildings. Okay, so things that need to be considered now. We have our shrine, but what about the temple to Juno? That'll give us a little bit more health, a little bit more population boom. That's great. The extra farmland doesn't seem to have that effect, so that's interesting. But what about the mines? The mines would give a really nice push, a really nice bonus. It's silver. I mean, it's valuable. So we definitely want to build the mines to make some serious money, because again, as I've said in the past, money is what makes the world go round in this game. So we're definitely going to build the mines now here in Croton, especially now that that port is done being built. And also, let's do a shrine to Mercury. Yes, Sorrentum will be a money maker very, very soon. And unfortunately, this boat, let's just set that up there in case I forget. These peasants need to work their way across to Apollonia. And I don't want to do that too often, by the way. Okay, so I've talked about this. I've kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but essentially, 3% of 4437 is, you know, about 100 or so. And I'm probably off a little bit, but that doesn't matter because, again, recruiting peasants is 240 units. So if I continue to do that, I've got a dropping population. I can't sustain that. So it would be wise of me to avoid doing that too much. But I want to get this to 2,000 as quickly as I possibly can. So population movement, this is a strategy that you have to consider when you're using the huge unit scale that I'm using in this game. Because let's say you're on the small unit scale and your units are like 8 to 12 people, then you can crank out units all day long and it won't really negatively affect your population. But this adds a whole new level of strategy to the game that I just absolutely love. Oh, Rome Total War is just the best. Okay, so I've got all that. My units are in the right position. I can keep an eye on the Julii and the Scipio. Buildings are being built, and I guess we should build something here in Apollonia. And Apollonia will actually probably need some growth as well. Very, very small place. Shrine to Juno here in Apollonia will do some good. So cool. All right, so all of the management stuff is done. By the way, olive oil. Oh yes. Gold. Yes. Timber and a huge coastline. I mean, Salona is going to be a massive, massive moneymaker here soon. So let's go in, let's do the battle, and hopefully do a little better than last time. So last battle was just terrible. So we got 1,297 men, a army strength ratio of 5-to-1, Captain Metron, that's how I'm going to say it. We have a militia hoplites, Cilician pirates, and 2 Illyrian mercenaries. Illyrian mercenaries can stand up to me. Cilician pirates are kind of shock troops. And then we have hoplites who will stand and fight. They've got great defense. So this is not an army to take lightly. We have to do this the right way. So now let's zoom into the world. Remember, we have a coastline to our southwest and a mountain range to our northeast. Some little small details that I absolutely love to pay attention to.
The omens have been better, but I dismiss those priestly naysayers. They are holy men, not warriors, and a warrior makes his own fate. Rebellious slaves may think of victory, but we should make them think kindly of their masters' whips. They are dead men walking. I have never lost a battle against these people. Why should I start losing now, with men such as you at my command? Another victory is at hand. We go now to our bloody business!
And there you go. That is the speech of a lifetime from this guy. So now you can tell that between the last speech and this one was a little bit more because he had a little bit more backstory, talking about how they're rebel slaves and everything, but he's also never lost a battle, and oh, it's just so cool. It's a world that you just love to get lost in. And by the way, look at this guy's guard, 77. He has got so many heavy cavalry at his disposal. It is just amazing. And then, of course, we can't forget we have the light cavalry, too. So, let's just take a look at this city. No walls, so that'll help a lot. Likely, what will end up happening is I will draw up, and then they'll draw up in a way that's a little bit easier, or that'll help them defend. And it looks like we've got a really nice little open spot right here. So, what's likely going to happen? Looks like they're building something. That's cool. I thought that the rebels couldn't build things. I feel like I've just learned something, or maybe this is just something that got destroyed, but I don't think any other faction has had a chance to get here. But yes, the Salona is a Hellenic city, so it's very similar to the Greek city Apollonia that we just took. This is the plaza, and they're going to be, ooh, Shrine to Aphrodite. Huh, we're going to be destroying that one, don't you worry. But yeah, so the troops are probably going to be settled on there, but I'm going to draw up right up here so that I can, well, back here, I have to be behind the green line to make my way up there, and we actually have access to that side over there so we can get a nice flanking maneuver, because if we actually are able to draw the troops into here and get them, you know, busy, then we can bring in the cavalry from here, slam it to the back, and make them all break, which again is literally the secret sauce to how to win in Rome Total War. So you know what? Let's just let's get the hoplites up front. There we go. And then I'm gonna get the rest of I'm gonna get 2 units of Hastati. I'm gonna put them on either side. There we go. Just like so. Very wide line. We're gonna end up having to funnel into it eventually. And then we have 2 Velite / Illyrian mercenary type units, and those are the ones that throw the things. And then, of course, we have the general, and he needs to be close to his troops. And then we have the Equite, which are last, and they will form the flank on this side. So remember last time, they actually, they put a troop here. So let's just start here, and then pause. Okay, so let's see where they've decided to drop. Looks like the Cilician pirates are actually, they may decide to try to go for my Equite, which is an interesting decision. And then it looks like the hoplites are here, kind of out in the open. And then ooh, look at this. That is a very dense set of people. Gonna be kind of tough to deal with that. Hopefully we can draw them off the plaza and get them in a trap. But what I'm mostly interested in right now is to see what these guys do, because they have two choices, technically three. They could either stay right there and just kind of confuse me, or they can go back to the plaza, or they can approach the Equite. So let's just see if I hit P again. Yes, okay. So let's just see what happens. Ooh, looks like they're approaching. Interesting. Alright, well then I'm okay with that. I mean, yeah, they will destroy a unit of Equite, but I'm alright with actually sandwiching them between two units of cavalry. So let's just choose our general to come across here and play a little bit of cat and mouse. Hopefully do not get caught up with these guys. Do not. Get over there. Get over there. There we go. Yeah. Get away from them. Very good. It looks like they were actually throwing their things at me, which is a terrible, terrible thing. Actually, ooh, looks like we're about to catch them off guard here. Yeah, I'm gonna get them trapped between two different units here. This is gonna be great. This is gonna get rid of, ooh, uh-oh. No. We don't want to engage them directly. No. We want them to, aha. All right, man, so we need to try to, I guess, tempt them to connect with my Equite. I'm gonna take some losses if we do connect, but we have to connect. Get away from my general, though, dude. No. I think that we need to, you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to charge them with the Equite, and then time it to where as soon as that connection happens, we'll hit them with the general unit, too. Yes. So this is a great way to take care of them, because, yeah, notice they keep trying to throw their javelins. They stop while they're at a distance, and, oh, they're turning around. Go. They're not going to know what they're going to do. Yeah, they're so done. Bam! Oh, and they are broken. Very, very nice. So let's get these Equite. Come on, guys. Come on, Equite. Catch up. I did lose some horsemen, but that is the strongest unit in the game right now, or at least in the city, taken care of, which I am perfectly happy with. So let's get you back over here, and let's just let you ride them down, because there's no walls to worry about. The walls actually shoot arrows at you, by the way. We haven't seen walls yet, but we will shortly. So, because, where's that group of the phalanxes? Oh, the phalanx went back to the plaza. That's hilarious. Okay, so that worked out nicely. We took care of the Cilician pirates, no big deal. And guys, come on, take him out. There's only one left. Are you really gonna let him go? Come on. Come on. It's like the luckiest pirate I've ever seen. There we go. Very good. Okay, let's bring you back here. And now let's move across our front line, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and group them up. That way they keep their line up. Okay, and that's not gonna work. Let's just move them across just like so. There we go. Okay, and then hold enter. I can kind of see where they're gonna draw up, and I can put them here. Just to move everybody up, see if we can maybe tempt something to move forward. And then don't forget, we actually have the Stati that are ready to close in any traps or gaps that we may have. So that'll work out just perfect. And I'm curious about something. How many did I lose? While they're drawing up, we can actually look at the battlefield. Look at all these dead pirates. Yes, this is great. But look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We lost several horses to that, which is a shame. It looks like all the ones that we lost were actually the Roman general, the bodyguard, which is fine because I didn't mention this. The bodyguard's troops actually regenerate automatically. It's one of the only troops, I think it's the only troop set that does that, where they will regenerate automatically over time. As long as you don't lose the unit, they will recover to full health without you doing anything. And ooh, wow, 25% of their troops dead. I am happy with that. All right, so here is our location for our trap, okay? What I'm wanting to do here, and you know what, I might as well get the hoplites to move forward, is I want to set up the hoplites in about a here-ish position. I'm gonna grab you, and I want you in this sort of position, and then you in sort of this sort of position. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to set up a defensive ring around. So notice I actually, if I look here, I'm leaving this open so that the Equite can get through there. But this is a good defensive... Oh, and you guys should be in fire at will mode, by the way. You guys should fire whenever you need to. And then I'm going to grab the Velite because I can retrain them a little bit easier, and we're going to put them right in the front, and they're going to play cat and mouse with these troops, and hopefully we can draw some over. The idea is draw them over, and then get them pinned, and then slam them from the side. That would be the ideal situation. And then let's actually put the other unit of infantry right there. And the other unit of infantry right there. And then the cavalry, you guys just can be prepared to charge in from the back. And actually the peltasts, you know what, we should put the peltasts in there too. Let's put the peltasts. I don't know where to put the peltasts. Let's just leave them right there. Actually, no, those aren't the peltasts. Those are... Oh, and we have some movement. Yes. It looks like all of them are moving. Oh boy. Okay, gentlemen, if you could... Everybody who's moving, just do it fast, okay? Do it quickly. Please run. Please run. Are you on fire at will? Everyone's at fire at will. Everyone's ready? Are you? Oh, and let's just let's disable skirmish mode. I want to be able to control you manually. Although in the last episode we saw that that clearly doesn't usually work. Yes, I'm picking on you, Velite. Stupid Velite. All right, so everybody seems to be approaching at this point. So here's what we need. We need somebody to throw in some Pila, and you can see, wow, the the range is not very long for these guys. Yeah, they don't have a very good range, but that means that these guys don't have very good range either. I think it's going to work out in the end. So, ooh, look at this trap. This is very nice. And then I've got my my cavalry. Let's just move them up just a little. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just move them up just a little bit, just to be prepared. All right, and guys, be ready. Be ready. Ooh, and the Pila are coming in and shredding those Illyrian mercenaries to death. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Actually, they're already shaken. Interesting. Ooh, and then more's gonna come in from the Velite. Hit him. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Yes. Oh, I like it. All right, so they're already down to 115. We do have that phalanx coming in. Ooh, and then they're gonna throw in. We're gonna take a few shots on something. But as of right now, come on, guys, get in there. Get in the action. Get in the action. Ooh, they're out of Pila too. Remember, guys, the Saudi only have 2 Pila apiece. So definitely something to consider here. And actually, uh-oh, we have a phalanx that's coming in right now. That is not the ideal position for us. Let's get the Stadi and let's move them a little bit. Run, guys. Get away from the phalanx. And actually, you know what? Target the phalanx. Yes, target the phalanx. Everybody target the phalanx. Everybody target the phalanx. Yes. And we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and grind up. We're gonna get a phalanx on phalanx action just to get it started. They're eager. These guys are taking pretty big knocks. I have lost 5% of their 42. But once we get those guys caught up, we can, and especially if they turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around. Ooh, yes. Hit them hard. Yes, they're shaking. Charge. Charge in. Charge in. Charge in. Charge in. Charge in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. And let's go ahead and let's get our general in here too. If we just surround them with troops, then we're good. Why are you walking? Run, please. I'm taking damage right now. Come on. We're not gonna quite hit them from the side. It's gonna be kind of the front-ish side. But here we go. Bam! And they break. Yes. Okay. Take them out. Let's keep taking them out too. General, we need to start a mass rout. Let's go. Wavering. That one's broken.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
That went way better than the other one. So let's continue the battle. Let's try to get some extra experience out there. Looks like we lost. Oop. Which general was that? That's the enemy general. Okay, that's fine. All of these guys are going to go toward the plaza and break. And we're gonna ride them down. Yes, just tear them apart. Yeah. They actually will recover here, which is a shame, but there's not very many of them. There's 50. They're getting shot down so fast right now. Yeah. But our Equites actually are struggling right now. But no, the game's it's over, guys. It's over. Just say goodbye. Say goodbye. Actually, no, you guys don't attack, and you guys don't attack. Actually, our Velite ran out of ammunition, but yes, so that is going to be the victory, and we've lost a few troops, but not a lot. And where's our leader right now? Our leader is... I can't see his green mohawk. No, I can't see him. I don't see green mohawk. Oh, there he is. He's safe. Where is he? Oh, he disappeared. Wow, so we're very close, and there's the last man. Bam.
And this day is clearly our victory.
Yes, the day is clearly our victory. I would say that that went very, very well indeed, and this attack went way better. This was actually a harder army, and we lost half the men that we lost in the previous battle. That is a very well executed attack, and actually, if you look, the mercenary hoplites recovered a little bit because they got hit by the peltasts. Velite, Roman general, the Roman general actually healed some casualties too. That is great. No experience gained, but at least now we have Salona, which is going to come in huge, huge handy in the future of this empire. And watch this, the banner turns green.
Victory!
Victory. Yeah, there you go. So we actually have a very small, this one's the same as Apollonia, very small city, so I'm just going to occupy it, and they will be happy to become Roman. Yes, so Aphrodite, actually, wait a minute, is Aphrodite similar to Juno? No. Okay, so if you take a city from a different, you know, culture or whatever, shrine to Aphrodite, sometimes they actually translate to the same type of temple. Maybe it's the same god, different name type of thing. But in this situation, and you can tell by seeing this, like if it's built in your city, it won't be faded out. It'll be darker. Like, nothing else is built in this city. Wow. Okay, so just that thing. It's darker, and then this one's faded out. That one's built, that one's not. So if one of these is darker, although it has a different name, then you know that it'll translate. You can keep it and then upgrade it to something else later. Great, so that means that I'm actually going to probably want to destroy the shrine to Aphrodite, because then it'll get rid of the culture penalty, which as you can see, that's 50%. 50%, likely, because both these buildings are Greek. So I'm gonna just destroy that, and hate that sound, hate it so much. And we're gonna go ahead and we're going to build the shrine to Mercury. Yes, I want this place to grow fast, but Mercury, because of all the amazing, fabulous, incredible trade that's going to be happening here in Salona. Let's go ahead and crank up the taxes just a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to be recruiting anything. Oh, notice, it doesn't let you train anything. It's actually grayed out. Reason being is because a city can't go under 400 population. This is a 240 population, so you actually have to get to 640 before you can train a unit of peasants. Though, they're useless. 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. I mean, it looks like the binary, right? It's terrible. They're the worst troop in the game, so why would you even waste 240 perfectly good taxpayers on a unit of peasants? The answer is you don't. You shouldn't, and you never will. You absolutely should not do that. All right, so you know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to take my cavalry, and I'm going to get ourselves a watchtower. I know that the city is unhappy with me. That is perfectly fine. I just want to be able to see what it is that we've got going on here. So let's just move this guy back down here. We're going to turn down the taxes just one click, no problem. We'll be fine. And then the city, oh, so we're so close to Segestica. Yes, that's going to be great. And already at 1478 population, this city will be definitely worth it. I want to get my spy over there as soon as possible to see what's going on. Also, this is the first look at gold mines. Yes, so if I were to show the settlement information, click the gold mines, then 300 per turn for a 2,000 denarii building. That is just insane profitability, and then the trade will increase too. And of course, once you get your port and everything, you'll be trading that gold. Oh, this place is going to be making a ton of money. All right, so here we go. The boats are all settled. All of the cities have built. Actually, you know what? We should probably build. I don't see any Macedonians coming over here, but I think that it would be more important for us to build a wooden palisade so that if somebody does attack me, at least I have a buffer of a round or two to react. Obviously, if we don't have a wall, people can just walk straight in one turn, and it's a terrible, terrible situation. So I think everything else is good to go. We got a diplomat and an army up here with a, ooh, and the diplomat. Okay, so I've already talked to, or spoken with, the Greeks. So I would like to actually have a chat. Oh, I've already talked to the Macedonians. Yeah, so we don't need that, but I do want to be able to see. Let me see. Can you have no vision, dude. I'm trying to see this city here, but at least here now I can see these passes. Okay, if I keep this this diplomat here, I need another spy. That's what I need. I need another spy, but obviously I can't get a spy until I train up. I believe it is a trader right? So you have the trader, and that doesn't do anything, but then if you get a market, then you can train up a spy. So this first, I have to have 2,000 population in order to unlock that building. So many things are going on, guys, but it looks like things are going pretty well for us right now. Nothing else is happening in the area of the Scipio or the Julii. We've built all the things. We took over Salona. Let's start poising or setting ourselves up for taking over Segestica. But first, oh, notice the snow. Beautiful, beautiful snow. All right, let's move on to the next turn here. Looks like the Julii had a chat with the Gauls. They're probably saying, you smell and you're the worst. That's probably what they were saying. And ooh, faction announcement. Looks like, Cassius Brutus, a family member, has come of age. That happens at the age of 16, and he got married. Married at the age of 16. Good job, buddy. All right, so let's see what kind of man Cassius Brutus is. He's a handsome fellow, isn't he? He's apparently loyal, which means he can be bribed at a lower cost. Not good. Untruthful. While the small-minded agree truth is a good thing, this man sees the bigger picture. Interesting. That could lead down a road, a bad road, but he does have a +1 influence for now, so I guess that's good. Rational concerns. This rational man takes sensible precautions against the unseen and unknown, the things that natural philosophers dismiss. Interesting. So +1 morale. That's a good thing, but I think that that can actually lead down a bad path as well if you become like paranoid or whatever. Then weak chin. This man is cursed with a weakling's countenance. Oh, he's small. That's not good, but -1 influence, not a big deal. And then firm personal morality. Interesting. +1 to influence, +1 to unrest, to +1 to law. Okay, so he has a... I mean, that balances itself out, because unrest obviously makes cities less happy, but also law improves public order, which makes cities behave. So it's not terrible. He seems like he's decent. I like this rational concerns. First time I've seen that. +1 morale. Morale makes it to where your troops don't break as easily. He may actually be a little bit more... we may actually want to keep him here in Apollonia for the day when we actually have to start fighting the Greeks, because morale is a huge, huge concern when fighting the Greeks. All right, boats, let's go. Sending over the peasants and sending them over to Apollonia. So watch this. Watch this. This is amazing. 988 population. What I'm going to do, and I'll turn off my face cam so you guys can actually see the button, okay? So I'm going to right-click this peasant's card, and if you see that button there, we're going to disband this unit. Whenever we disband this unit, they quit being peasants. They become, they're just population. And they don't, whenever you disband them, they don't go home, because they're from Tarentum. They're all Tarentumites or whatever. But no, they actually become resettled to whatever or wherever they are at the time. So right now they're in Apollonia, and so their population will be sent into Apollonia. Watch this. Bam. All right, so they've disbanded, and boom. There it is. There it flippin' is, guys. 1,228 population. You do that a few times, and you've got yourself the next level of settlement. And then Apollonia actually becomes decent, and that's good. We need that. So that was awesome. Obviously, like I said, you kind of drain your major production cities when you do that, but it is a thing. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that again out of Croton, and we'll start moving our boats down to handle that. Good. All right, and then construction, we had buildings built in every city. So let's see, we got mines currently growing or building in Croton. We have, let's just see here. I'm thinking either communal farming, the income goes up about 70. That's pretty good. And we get a population increase in Tarentum. That's cool. Or we can build the roads and, ooh, wow. Income goes up by almost 200 denarii per turn just by building paved roads. In contrary, building this Temple of Mercury, the income only goes up about 40. So yes, we're definitely going to get the paved roads here in Tarentum. And I'm showing all this. A lot of people don't like to show all of this information in the videos, but I want to show you guys my mindset for why I choose to build the things that I build. So let's go ahead and get land clearance now in Apollonia to just continue to grow the population. And actually, you know what? I'm going to zoom into here just so I can see the border. Okay, so the border is here. So I'm going to build another watchtower here. And they're permanent, by the way. I haven't mentioned that, but yeah, when you build a watchtower, it's permanent. It stays there forever. There's no way to get rid of it. So now I just have permanent visibility of this side of the world. And now we should probably build roads, actually. Let me just build the roads. Let's see if that actually makes a difference to trade. It doesn't right now, but it will eventually. So yeah, roads, because this is a very long, odd-shaped place, and I really need to get my troops up to Segestica soon. So yeah, roads are going to be very, very important. In fact, this place is so big, I don't even have vision of part of it. There could definitely be a rebel army right there, and I would never even know it. So yeah, we need the roads for sure here in Salona. What else are we gonna get up to? Obviously, let's check into here. It looks like, ooh, there's a Scipio Admiral checking things out. There's no army in there. You can see, if you click that, this is the number of ships, this is the number of units in this navy, and there's none. So, you know, it's not like an army's about to pop out and attack Syracuse or anything like that. But apparently, nothing is going on with the Scipio, and then it appears nothing is really going on with the Julii either. I guess I can just come on up here with my diplomat. We can have a chat with the Gauls and see if we can get map information out of them. And then, of course, we have the spy. Let's go check out what the city is about. And by the way, as you enter into the cities, you actually level up your spy, which comes in handy. So they got a few buildings, actually. The barracks, I can actually have Town Watch in here, which we haven't really looked at Town Watch, I don't think, but they're just kind of a crappy unit. Trader and only Illyrian mercenaries. We should be able to handle that no problem whatsoever. In fact, let me get you to, oh, you have like no movement points left. All right, well, we're gonna leave you in there then, just because while he's in there, I believe he has a positive influence on, yeah, he's got a pretty decent influence, so he's definitely helping out with trading, calm, and happiness and everything. Let's just crank up the taxes just a bit. 1% growth though, that's not good, but we got taxes because of, actually the money isn't that great. Let's leave it at high just to continue to help the place grow a little bit. All right, so we also had a unit of, oh, the peasants are at next turn. Oh no. Our leader, Tiberius Brutus, dislikes farming. Oh man, that's not good. Everything else is great. He just doesn't like farming. I mean, I don't blame him. Farming is hard work. All farmers deserve to have their props, because it is definitely hard work. All right, so I guess, and I've got a leader here. You know what I should do? Are you the one with the... I thought there was somebody here that had the ability to move further. No, okay. So let's just get the younger one, I guess. We'll get Cassius Brutus. Actually, he's valuable. Let's just go ahead and grab Amulius Brutus. And let's build a... Well, I don't really need a watchtower here. I can see everything, I think. Let's build a watchtower right here, just to be able to see everything. Okay, and then we'll come up here. We'll just build one more right there anyway. It's not a big price. And let's actually send the unit over here just so that, you know, he's a little bit less vulnerable. But this way, I can actually see my border and keep myself from being sneak attacked by the Greeks or the Macedonians. And consequently, let's go back with that. All right, so Salona is ours. Everything looks good. I don't necessarily think I have another plan here. I do want to get a diplomat down here, actually. So let's go ahead and train up a diplomat here in Tarentum. And of course, the boats will, you know, transport him accordingly. So yeah, this is definitely the next target, guys. Segestica, if we can take Segestica, and then possibly even Patavium, because guys, you may not be able to tell for now, but if you look, this is deep green territory. This is glass. I mean, and this is textiles. I mean, Patavium is actually a economic powerhouse of a city, and we definitely don't want the Julii to have it. So that is on our radar for now. But I guess that will do it for this turn. So let's go ahead and end turns and see. Oh, looks like my diplomat decided to take a step up or two. Let's see if there's anything of note actually happening with anybody. It looks like there's no armies gathering anywhere. Very nice. I'm actually genuinely curious about right here. So I'm going to build a watchtower here too, just to be able to see a little bit better. Very nice. And I'm going to send this guy back because I'm nervous about him being out. Oh, actually, you know what? So definitely we're going to have Aulus Brutus attack Segestica. I feel like he's a poor farmer too. We need to build farms in our settlements for sure. And oh, by the way, that's actually how traits are developed. Yeah, so poor farmer, because we haven't actually created a farm yet. That's how the traits develop. So it's so cool how organic that is in this game. It is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. So intern report, lost a little bit of money that time, mostly because of all the construction and stuff. And construction, we got the mines in Croton. Yeah, so now we can see +1 mines. So the mine income, and this one is 3,500 denarii. It goes from 200 to 350. Yes, so the income will go up significantly if we choose to build the mines, actually. But I think that we should probably do the communal farming just to help with the farming situation in Croton. Actually, wait a minute. Should we get some Hastati? No, we need to continue to grow. Yeah, let's get the communal farming up. And then Salona has the roads. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and land clearance. I think that would be a very important thing, just to continue to combat the apparent disdain with farmers in my faction. And now, guys, I think he's got some more movement points. He does. Awesome. So we definitely want the leader to go. And by the way, we're going to try to keep Salona happy, so I'm going to lower the tax rate just a couple of clicks just for now. And I need to take an army with me. Actually, do we have anything? I'll take the Illyrian mercenaries just for now too. All right, so we definitely want the hoplites, and we want the other unit of Equite for sure. And ooh, you know what? I can train up or fix up these units here. All right, so you're gonna take those for sure. Basically, I want to take everybody that I can and leave this about as defenseless as possible. Not because I, hate the idea of defending Salona or anything, but because we're gonna need as many troops as we can in Segestica and in Batavium. So I guess that'll do it. We have the Illyrian mercenaries, so those are going to be the indirect fire. We have the mercenary hoplites and the Hastati, and we have 2 units of cavalry. This should be plenty to wipe out Segestica. So let's start working our way. Looks like, yeah, that is the shortest route. So let's make our way up to this way. I'm going to go ahead and build a watchtower here just so I don't have any dark spots in my territory. So Aulus Brutus should arrive in Segestica in 2 turns, and look at all of this wine. Oh man, that is just glorious. And then we have gold here. You can't see it right now, but there is gold. It is just an amazing territory to hold, and we're going for it. And I'm actually surprised that we have not seen any movement or activity out of the Greeks or the Macedonians. It is actually a little bit concerning. All right, so looks like let's actually grab this diplomat. We're gonna put him on the actually, you know what? Let's grab this diplomat. Bring him. I guess let's just put him on the boat. We don't have to overthink it. Put that right there, and I want to take these peasants. Ooh, actually, that's going to be the wrong direction. I should probably split up my boats just a little bit. There we go. All right, and the diplomat's on this set, so I'm going to head south, send the diplomat over to have a chat with the Carthaginians, and then we're going to send the peasants onto the boat and send him over to Apollonia, because yes, we're going to be disbanding more into the population. So now Apollonia is at 1493, which is a year after 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Very nice. Awesome. Okay, so we're moving away down there, and it looks like nothing is going on with the Scipio. Nothing is going on with the Julii. We have an army fast approaching Segestica. Several things were trained up, and of course we want to make sure we're continuing to grow in here, so I don't want to train too many more units. Everything happy? Everybody okay? Yeah? Excellent. Apollonia looks really, really flimsy right now, though, guys. I'm gonna need some backup troops very, very soon. In fact, I've got some mercenary peltasts. I mean, I'm gonna burn through all of my money, but I'm just gonna grab them because I need as many troops as I can possibly get.
Sir.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that'll be it for this turn. All right, well, let's end the turn. Let's see what ends up happening here. Again, it is kind of a race against the clock. We got to get to Segestica before the Gauls, and we have to get to Batavium before the Julii, okay? This is very, very important. Looks like the Julii are doing literally nothing, although we do see Belenus, I don't know how to say his name, but he is here. You gotta be careful for him. And then the Scipio looks like they're doing nothing either. And by the way, this is very common, actually, where the Scipio, because they weren't gifted any obvious targets, they kind of spend a lot of time generally in Sicily, kind of slowly growing their army and trying to decide which troop or which, army they want to go against. Actually, honestly, Carthage looks very weak right now, but we also have the Greeks, and they look very, very powerful. Cleon of Sparta, it looks like he's just a family member. He's only 17, but he looks solid with all that army he's carrying on right now. But yeah, so Scipio normally doesn't get up to a lot, but once they break through, they start getting a lot done, especially once they land in northern Africa. So it looks like we're okay there. Let's take this diplomat. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump this diplomat right here, and you're going to go and you're going to have a chat with the Carthaginians. Actually, ooh, Greek, Scipio, Carthage, no. Okay. And actually, that's a Greek navy. We don't want to start a war just yet. The war with the Greeks is, ooh, Antigonos of Sparta. Looks like he is a little interested. Nice beard. He's interested in my city. He's actually got, it looks like he's got a unit of hoplites, not sure. And of course his guard, which the general's bodyguard for the Greeks is not quite as good as the Romans. So they're not, you know, super powerful, but they are pretty powerful. And it looks like we need a little bit of power, a little bit of strength in Apollonia, just to show them we are not to be trifled with. Don't mess with me. Okay, so obviously we're going to build some stuff, so let's see. We had, ooh, Apollonia is the only place that actually finished the building, so I guess we should get a trader now, because if we build the barracks, it's only going to unlock the town watch. And again, I've already showed you guys this, but the town watch are, I don't know if I've showed you, but I've told you that the town watch are terrible. They're just terrible. So we got a little bit of lane clearance in Apollonia. That is great. Salona seems to be, yep, they're working on lane clearance as well. And ooh, that's a Greek diplomat. Okay. And a Gaelic diplomat. I don't have a diplomat up here. I'll have a chat with the Gauls over here, though. Actually, let's have a chat with Belinus. Hey, what's up, dude? Would you like trade rights and map information? Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's just see what we got here. Well, we lost a lot of money last turn, that's for sure. But yes, so the empire of the Gauls is quite large, and they usually swing pretty hard one way or the other. Like, they either dominate everything, or they end up losing pretty badly to either the British or the Spanish, or usually the Julii. Yeah, so the Gauls, they you know, proto-French, they're strong, but they also aren't super consistent in Rome Total War. So it looks like, ooh, looks like the Germans are here in Germania Superior. Wouldn't you believe it? Good deal. Okay, and of course we have the British up here. We'll eventually touch base with them. So now we have this diplomat, and he is going to start working his way up to have a chat with, it looks like we have a German diplomat up there. We'll have a chat with Germany. We'll have a chat with London, Britain, and move on from there. Also, it looks like no one has taken Marseille yet. Ah, cool. Though, unfortunately, they already have Narbonensis or whatever. Narbonmartius, I think is what that city name is. So, let's see if we can get a little bit closer, shall we? Yes, so next turn, we'll be besieging Segestica. Oh, and by the way, I think I mentioned this already, but because my spy is in the city, there is a small chance, and it looks like this is a 40% chance, that he'll actually manage to open the gates for us once we attack. So even though we have a city and gates and walls, we can actually negate that with the spy. So hopefully we get lucky next turn and we're able to take it out. So Salona is developing, Apollonia is developing. And how far away is Apollonia? Okay, we only need like 2 more units of peasants before it's upgraded. Also, we need to upgrade Salona. We need to get some more population here too. Unfortunately, we're having a hard time getting the population to keep going here in Croton with 40, 80, 150 or so, 120 or so growth each turn. We don't want to stunt that. So I think we're pretty much set there. Got a lot of range on that boat, but I don't see any reason to use them at this moment. Yep, everything looks like it's settled up. All right, and I'm gonna keep an eye on Antigonos of Sparta. If you attack me, son, you're gonna be in big trouble. All right, so let's see if anything is actually happening out there. It looks like Antigonos did not move. That's good news. There is a massive army, Macedonian army here. That's 9, 10, 11, 12 different troops. And Aleois, I don't know how to say that name, 17. He's 17. He's got a large army for a 17-year-old. I don't know if I would trust it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep him right here just so that we make sure we have eyes on just about everything. Ooh, diplomatic information. Okay, so Thrace and Dacia are now at war. That's pretty typical. Thrace being on the eastern side up here and Dacia being on the west. You could actually see that's Dacia right there. Armenia and this... Oh... Everybody always dogpiles on the poor Seleucids. I don't know how to say that. So, Seleucid Empire. I'm very sad about that. Armenia, Pontus, Egypt, everybody attacks them all at once. It's very sad. And then Carthage, actually. We're now at war with Carthage. Interesting. So what does that mean? Does that mean there's no sieges or anything?
Sir.
And speaking of the Carthaginians, let's have a chat with them. Hi. How you doing? Trade rights and map information? Can I, do you want to do that? Yes? Oh, they're trying to extort me. So you want me to pay you money? Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm not gonna do that, but I'll offer you, I've got 7,000 denarii right now. I'll meet you in the middle. Let's do 300. 300. I know that's not quite the middle, but it's close enough. Okay, cool with that? 680. Dang. All right, fine. Carthaginians, it's good to know what's going on with their lands. Okay, ooh, and it looks like the Julia took Carolus. There was no way for me to know that, but looks like that is the case here. Carolus has been taken. But looks like, yeah, so they own Carthage. They own Leptis Magna. Or wait, is that Leptis Magna or is this Leptis Magna? I don't remember. Either way, like Carthage has 3, 4, 5 different cities, one of them being over here in southern Spain. Oh, and can't forget Palma. Palma. It doesn't do much, but it's there. And then, is this? Oh, no. This is actually, I think I'm seeing a little bit of something. Oh, the Seleucids. I think that's how you say that. Anyway, that's there too. Cool. So now we have map information, everything from the Carthaginians. I would like to maybe get a boat and head off and put him on the African mainland. So maybe we can. You know what? I'm gonna have to come around eventually. And over here is actually, what's the shortest distance to get to here? It looks like around this front side. Okay, so I'm just going to come around here. We're not at war with the Greeks yet, so everything should be okay. And you can come over here. Yes. Okay, so Tarentum has finished paved roads. Very, very nice. And we need definitely communal farming to improve the population growth in this area. Pretty much I'll do anything I can get, or anything I can do to get a higher population growth right now. Salona, same thing. We got a trader. Let's see if we can maybe get some money. The mines are good, but let's actually put in, finally, a shrine to Juno just to get this place to grow a little bit. We may eventually put in a shrine to Mercury because this place is very, very profitable once you actually, level it up or whatever. But it looks like nothing else is really moving against me right now, but I am definitely a little bit leery of what's going on. Looks like we profited a little bit of money that time. All right, and then Aulus Brutus, let's put this place under siege. And oh, look at that, we are lucky. So the spy will actually be able to open up the gate for us, which is cool, but it's not the best necessarily, because then you only have one entry point. I do have some hoplites, which is great, and they only have Illyrian mercenaries, so that seems like something that we may be able to take advantage of, but not in this turn, guys. That, unfortunately, is going to have to do it for us today in this episode of Rome Total War. Be looking forward to next time when the Battle of Segestica takes place, and hopefully we can take it. And by the way, Segestica is a very large part of land. It's huge, and it's got a great northern border, only a few passes in the river. Very easily defendable. It's just very, very large. So we're going to take that up. It's going to be amazing, and then we're going to start staging our attack on Patavium, because once again, Patavium is the best. Meanwhile, yes, we're still watching the Julii, we're watching the Scipio, we're actually watching the Greeks and the Macedonians too, because I have a bad feeling they're going to be trying to attack me very, very soon, so we need to continue to work on upgrading Apollonia to, finally be able to actually train an army there. That would be very, very important indeed. But until next time, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like the video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button also if you haven't already for daily gaming videos. And be looking forward to the siege, the battle, next time. Remember that I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all again next time.